This is our first Tips from the Top podcast. Super excited to have Vince on from Listings to Leads. So I'm going to hand it over to Vince. He's going to just talk about some awesome pieces of listings to leads that can help us in our daily business. So I hand it over to you, Vince.
Thanks, Wayne. Okay, hi everybody. First of all, migrate over to listings2leads.com. You do have a free account in this, but Wayne can help you access that if you don't know where it is. But I want you to look at the website first because some of the most compelling parts of our platform are covered in quick videos, basically testimonials, people telling us what's working. Up here, you're going to hear about expired marketing and leveraging our listing presentation to get turn those expired listings into yours. This gentleman here has a great voicemail that he leaves 3 months after the home expires, just to meet people and shake hands and give them a printed version of our expired listing presentation. This gentleman down here has been in the industry for 20 years. He door knocks um, listings after they're 3 months old, and he's got a very interesting kind of way of approaching the door. But his goal is also to get these listing presentations for expired homeowners in people's hands. And this young lady has been out of high school for 4 years, not even 4 years, a realtor for less than two. She is creating custom listing presentations, which you can all do for free in your account. She's calling people twice. She calls them day one when they expired, which is not really recommended, but that's what she does. She's kind of just out of high school. And she leaves two voice messages. They don't respond. She texts them once. They still don't respond. And she creates a custom listing presentation and texts it to them, says, hey, if you're thinking of selling, please click here and see how I do it. And that has generated four listings for her in 6 weeks. That was recorded in November of 2025 last year. She's probably closing into 20 listings by the end of April. Okay. And that's simply by calling expireds and sending custom links to them. Now, another big important part of our platform is our Facebook ad software. You can run ads in just a couple clicks. Early stage ads are going to get you buyer leads, and later stage ads are going to get you listings. This gentleman here will tell you that while this home was for sale, he generated 114 leads and put three of those leads into different homes. So three purchases out of generating 114 buyer leads. Then he flips it to sold, runs an ad here, and gets one $4 lead, and that turns into a $400,000 sale and a $450,000 purchase. That's not every lead, but you can do that with Facebook leads. Now, I mentioned earlier that we have a great listing presentation. You will see from this lady here, hasn't been a realtor for even 1 year. This is a free part of the system. She presented it on her laptop, and the person said, "Where do I sign?" Didn't ask what's your commission, just where do I sign? So you definitely want to understand that this listing presentation is branded to you and ready for you. And yeah, we have automated listing marketing. This guy will tell you a little bit about that. So let's go into the account and let's go to the listings page. Now I'm on the listings page, and right here, there's a tab that says listing presentation. And here is a listing presentation flipbook. So flipbook means it's an online magazine, basically. And it's branded to you. It's got your colors, your logo, your headshot. And this is what we do for every one of your listings. But this is a tool to help you convey to a homeowner, hey, this is how I'm going to sell your home, right? Paid advertising, social media marketing. We put a virtual tour on YouTube for you. We have print marketing. We have email marketing. You can go through this. You should totally be familiar with this. If you want more listings, this is the tool to help you start conversations. Okay. You can get seller leads many different ways. There's many different ways to get seller leads with our system, but you might be getting them from another resource. If you want those people to talk to you with a meaningful conversation about selling their home, go grab this. The hyperlink is right here. Copy it and text it to them. You could email it, but they get hundreds of emails every day. So I think texting is way smarter. Now I'm going to go over here to the listing presentation to go a little bit further. You can create that kind of listing for canceled, that kind of presentation for canceled, expired, FISBOs, and just a straight seller lead. I'm going to click on this one, which is for a FISBO. And actually, I think we have them open up here. So I have one for expired, and notice the homeowner's name and address is in the listing presentation now, and a picture of their home is throughout the listing presentation. This takes about 2 minutes to create. It's 10 fields and upload a photograph. Very easy. And now you've got probably one of the most compelling listing presentations that homeowner is ever going to see, right? And you can copy that hyperlink right there and text it to them. That's exactly what this young lady here has been doing. And she's going to be closing 20 listings in 6 months. So definitely take advantage of that. That is a free part of your system. Okay. Now, another thing, and there aren't many FISBOs, but if you go into your account, you will see that there's a landing page section, and you can create a FISBO landing page, a tool to get in front of a FISBO, right? And you can text this to them. I've got them down here at the bottom. You see FISBO Walnut Creek, and it looks like this, right? Let me do that again because I kind of clicked through here. Um, This landing page, you just type in the name of the city that you want, and boom, this page is ready. So, would you like free tools? Right? That's it. And for agents, this is a great way to pick up listings. And you get this in front of people. You can print out a piece of paper. You can get a postcard if you want. You get an email if you want. And they say, yeah, I'd like a virtual tour. I'd like social media marketing. Great. I want these tools. Fill this out. The next button says, give us a photo. Okay. So at that point, we basically created a listing in your account. And we'll go back here and you see that I have one for a FISBO here. And that is this right here, the complete marketing plan for sale by owner, right? And this looks just like the other listing presentations. So you've got free tools to capture those leads and also to convert those leads. This listing presentation is going to help you convert that, right? So I will say, some of you are in Florida and Kentucky. If expired marketing is a big deal in your market, you absolutely want to jump on our classes and our strategy for turning those expired listings into your listings. There's a little more to that. So if you click on this bell up here, you will see that there are classes on expireds 4 times a week right here, the expired pipeline class. We do that 4 times a week. You're free to join. We record them all. They're on our YouTube channel. Check them out. Um, and the other great thing that not many people are aware of is this here, the social content page. Okay. And social content, when you come here, it's going to say connect to your socials. And let me explain. You connect to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Google Business. This content, I'll show you in just a moment, is growing accounts on Instagram. This is kind of social media type content. It's not big, heavy, boring reads. It's more pictures, more photographic, looks good, simple statements. It's growing Instagram accounts. But I think more importantly, if you have Google Business, absolutely connect this here. This is a free part of our system. Okay. You connect your Google account here. I recommend that you tell us to post these days, 5 days a week. Okay. And then the next thing it's going to say is, well, what do you want us to post? And these are the things you want our PDF guides to go out for free for buyers and for sellers. There's 80. All of them are branded to you, maybe American Holidays. I think these first three home designs, you can choose what you want here. Underneath every one of these are multiple articles. So this is like going to be posted throughout the year for you. You don't have to be managing your social media. We're going to be putting the content that's growing Instagram, that's giving SEO to Google Business. This is a set and forget area. I highly recommend you take advantage of that, especially if you're using Instagram or Google Business. There's a lot more to listings to leads, but I think these are the things you want to be thinking of. Listings to Leads has tools that you can use in your email, which are free. There's a lot of free social media content that we do automatically, or you can just grab landing pages or virtual tours and go share them on your social media groups for free. You can also, of course, run ads on places like Facebook and Instagram and Google, and that has a charge. And there are some print tools that you might want to have if you're trying to get more listings, right? So free social media and paid social media. I want to point out something before we wrap up, and that is there's a call here that you might want to look at. This gentleman has 10 listings in 10 weeks. Okay. So he's closing a new listing every week. It's kind of a long call. We're gonna cut it down, edit it down. But he has 2 to 4 listing appointments every week. And I want to explain to you how he is doing that. He is marketing his sold properties with Facebook ads, because that's going to get you leads with name, email, and phone number. And there is a cost. So if you run a $50 ad, seller leads from this kind of ad cost about $7 each. So you would expect 7 leads. He also mails out postcards and he uses, I think, mailbox power to mail those out, but Express Copy will do it as well. You want to mail these to people with equity, and both of those companies do that. And so he's getting seller leads based on his listings that he's already sold. And at that point, he starts calling them, emailing them, texting them, all with the goal of getting this in their hand. It won't say expired. It's just the marketing plan to sell your home, right? Because he's taking his listings and turning them into more listings with sold ads and postcards and a very serious follow-up plan. Okay. He's also doing 2 other things. He is holding open houses, and you should all hold open houses for this piece of paper right here. This is called the Nearby Homeowner Letter. And I'll just download it real quick. This is a piece of paper that you invite the neighbors in. And who will come to that? If you invite 100 neighbors, it's either going to be somebody who's thinking of buying, but more likely somebody who's thinking of selling. And this piece of paper says, I got to open house on Sunday, 1 to 4. That affects your home value. Go here to get your free home value. They can, one, get their home value from this piece of paper, or two, come into that open house. And we've got a lot of great tools that are gonna help you start that conversation with those homeowners. And again, he's got an awesome follow-up campaign on every person that walks through that open house. So he is finding the homeowners and he is working on them. And again, his goal is to get this listing presentation in their hands so that they know that he means business. And the last thing he's working on for his business is working on expireds. And as I mentioned, we have 4 workshops every week on expireds. If expireds are a big part of your area, your farm markets, that will be the top way of you getting more listings this year. That's kind of all I can think of at the moment.
Yeah, that is so cool. Just the idea of needing to create a listing presentation and or how I wouldn't even know how to do a landing page or
Yeah.
the idea of growing social is it should be in the forefront of all of our minds. So lots of things there and yes, the Facebook ads, the Google ads that you can do are awesome, well worth the money if you're ready to do that. Printing one of the flip books, if you want to do it in person, great money spent. But the idea that the content and the creation was all done for you, and whatever you choose to do with that is up to you. But texting it, emailing it, having it done, electronically or printing it out. I love that it's just created for us.
Definitely. And I'm on the listings page. I just want to show you this because creating a custom listing presentation for any homeowner is so strong. And here's how you do it. You go to listings, you go to add listing, and you say, I'm going to manually add this listing. It's going to say just listed, change it to listing presentation or expired or FISBO or canceled. They're all going to have the same functionality. It's going to say, what's a homeowner's name? Put their name, put their address, and save and add one photograph. And that is going to create that for one home, for one homeowner.
With the picture of the home,
Yeah.
the obviously the address and the seller's name. That's crazy. Your photo and info, like you said, automatically in the system already will
Yeah.
automatically be branded to you.
Yeah.
Wow, that is
This is, I
crazy.
mean, get listings if
Yeah.
you want. You know, what do they say? List to lead, right? Or list to last.
List to last. Yeah,
This
yeah.
is so strong. I have brand new rookie agents. This lady on our website, she's been in the Coast Guard for 20 years and just retired and
Oh,
was only a realtor
love
for
it.
really 1 month. And this person says, "Where do I sign?" So the listing presentation is closing deals. Find ways to get seller leads. If you want to learn that, we do classes on that. But now you've got a really incredible tool to help turn those into real listings.
Yeah, for free. An awesome tool to show value. And like you said, a month in the business, but let that just lead you. And uh,
Yeah.
all of this we know just, you offer. So it's it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Vince. I appreciate your time. I think this is in just real quick. Vince and I talked right before this that this is the tip. And when I say the tip of the iceberg of what you can do in listings to leads, it truly is. So whether it's the classes, ask us. We're familiar with the program. Take the classes that Listings to Leads offers. Ask your office coordinators, but there's so much available. But we tried to just grab one or two things that we can start with. That's not overwhelming, but obviously they're going to make a difference. So appreciate your time, Vince. Thank you so much, and we'll talk soon.
Great. Thanks. So I